coach. Hey, we said on Monday, let's do this as many times as we can this week.
That's right, and here we are.
And the only way you could be stopped from doing this 4 games in a row was by a bombogenesis blizzard.
That's right.
So I just got to know, was the bet between you guys and Canton that Canton has to come and do your driveways tomorrow as a result?
That would have been a smart thing to do, actually, in hindsight. It's going to be a lot of snow, so.
I'm exhausted, and I've just stood here. This is it. Like, you guys were down 16-6 in the first. And then in the second half, I had it written down, you held them to 12 points.
Yep.
So take me through halftime. What do you guys talk about?
Oh, God.
Dylan Gordon coming over to give Cam a little bit of love.
Extra icy hot.
I love it. Yeah. So, honestly, the complete honest truth is we came out extremely flat. And to put it mildly, we weren't playing hard enough in the first half. We weren't playing tough enough in the first half. And we were just a little out of it. We just, for whatever reason, we just came out flat and didn't have our focus and our energy. And, I feel like there's always like one game a season where that randomly happens when you least expect it. But at halftime, we went in and we challenged them. And we were pretty honest about it that, there weren't really a lot of adjustments to be made as far as X's and O's. It really was going to come down to, their effort, their intensity, and how hard they wanted to play. And we challenged them to do something special on the defensive end. And to their credit, they responded. And you saw, at no point today was it a pretty offensive game for us.
We didn't expect it to be, in truth. Canton Foxborough is usually a grudge match.
Right, that's Foxborough Canton, and they're extremely well coached. And they match up with us well. They have enough size to be able to match up with Huck, Alex, and Dylan. And they had a good plan. And credit to Canton for making it really hard for us to score. But, you and I both know in this league, it's not always going to be pretty. And you have to be able to win the ugly ones. And I could not be any prouder of the way they responded to that challenge at halftime to come out and pick it up on defense and let our defense win the game. And obviously, that's what we did. And to hold them to 12 points in the second half is something that hopefully we can build off of from a consistency standpoint. But just so proud of the grit. Just so proud of the grit.
Let's be honest. If it was pretty, then Jay Gordon and I wouldn't be calling games.
Oh, man.
Cam Barrera, talk about pretty. I haven't seen guys steal the inbound pass yet in like the 2.5 years I've been doing this. That was awesome. And a real tone-setting play. I would say, I did say to you guys before we came on camera, Mr. Gordon and I were debating whether it was going to be you or Ryan LeClaire that came out here tonight. In truth, because it could have been either of you, your intensity level on the defensive end was huge. And I didn't ask them to tee it up because I didn't know who was coming, but there was a play towards the end of the game where I watched the ball come out, and then I watched you with your hands on that flow, because I don't have it, so it's not impressive. But on your flow, it was that moment like in the Super Bowl where the linebackers that just went through my hands. I was a pick six and gone. You had that moment of I could have just stolen that ball and this game is over. Mm-hmm. And you were everywhere on the floor, and you had to play against guys that were oversized on you.
Yeah.
Right? So talk to me about that level of intensity, because you keep it loose off the court, as evidenced by the fact that you're busting my chops with photo bombing. We did give you a proper shout-out. But
that's awesome.
How do you amp them up?
I don't know. I guess I just rely on this switch to go on, and when I get on the court, I want to fight for the guys.
Is it the Icy Hot?
Oh, the Icy Hot MVP.
Helps.
It helps a lot. And then the coaching staff, they tell me everything I need to know, how to get the job done, and I just go out and perform. Like Mr. Kaser says, the scoreboard, it's time to perform.
There you go.
Right.
Good for you. Good for you.
Cam is, I know we talked about this with Huck Finn the other night as well, but Cam is another guy that's just an incredible, champion in his role. And, when you talk about guys that are so invaluable to our team with their contributions, even if it's stuff that doesn't show up in a box score, even if it's stuff that's not going to get his name in the newspaper, that maybe a lot of fans wouldn't notice or appreciate. Cam is able to make a ton of contributions to us. And, you notice down the stretch, we do a lot of, situational substitutions with offense and defense. And, Cam is a guy that we have complete trust that he can go in there in big moments and contribute to us getting big stops. And he can guard multiple positions. And, he's really sound for us on the defensive end. And then, you kind of alluded to it, but Cam's personality, he's a very poised kid, and that's the way I'm going to spin it is, he's very poised. Cam doesn't rattle. You know what I mean? Cam never rattles. So
I think you have to be to survive a house with the Barrera
when you're the
family.
youngest of 3 brothers, you know what I mean, and you're a twin, you've been fighting for everything your whole life, I guess. But Cam never rattles. He never loses his composure. So I know that if I have Cam in there at the end of a game, he's going to be very composed and poised, and he's going to execute and be in the right spot and be where he has to be. And we really trust him. And, I can't say enough good things about what he's done for us this season, and tonight was another example of that.
I can't agree more. It's been great to watch you be able to play that situational basketball this season, Coach. You see, as you get down to, crunch time, you get to see that, Golubin on this end, Barrera end on lockdown on that end, and it's not because you can't shoot. It's just because that's the intensity. That's where your strength is.
Or even sometimes depending on what kind of lineup the other team has out there, sometimes we put Cam in for Huck as well if we want to go with a little bit of a smaller lineup to match up. Or if there's something that we see, you know what I mean. So Cam is also very versatile, and he gives us a lot of flexibility in our lineup with who we can put in at what time. So he's a huge part of it and a really big piece for us.
So other than the fact that you got a shovel, you now get an extra day maybe to watch some film.
Yep.
You've got Taunton and Stoughton this week.
Yep. So we were supposed to play Hopkinton Sunday. The snow nixed that. So now, to be honest with you, I'm going to get a chance to do something I couldn't do all week, which is actually watch a little film of us. You know what I mean? Like, with us having games like every other day, every time we finish a game, I have to move on to the next one. I don't have time. I have to go right into Milford, right into Canton. And now since we don't play till Tuesday, which is funny, isn't that like, it's Friday, we don't play till Tuesday. What a long layoff. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. But nevertheless, tomorrow I'm actually going to get to go back and watch like our games against North and Milford and Canton and actually watch us and see what we need to do to get better just as our own selves to execute a little bit better and kind of evaluate where we're at on some things. So I'm looking forward to that. Because that'll help us obviously as we move into practice on Monday, and then so I'll do that tomorrow, and then Sunday I'll transition into the Taunton film. But so yeah, I mean, don't tell my wife that I've already got both days booked up with film. But we'll spend some family time too. Everybody will get some rest. These guys need it. They're a little bit beat up, as you see. Cam's got his icy hot
This
right
is
on
the biggest
table.
question. So my kids have played with the Barreras for a number of years in various sports. Tell me, Cam, does Tony have stock in Icy Hot?
He showed up the other day with Icy Hot. I'm like, oh, another tube. That's great. Advanced. You see
Ah,
that? Advanced.
That's how you know he loves you.
Just so we're clear for folks watching this, Foxborough Cable, Icy Hot, not a sponsor, although they're welcome to be.
Not yet. Yet.
So listen, let's get you guys started on the rest and the celebration and the joy of today's performance. Nice work. What a great week. I wish you all the best on the road next week, and we will see you, presuming that Mother Nature allows, on the 6th.
Can't wait.
Back here against King Philip.
Sounds great.
That'll
Looking
do it
forward to
here from Foxborough High. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe, stay warm, stay well. Canton Bulldog team. Penders to Golub. Golub drives, pops.
Nice
and
job.
the chip.
Good little mid-range.
Here's Rose Golub quarter. Leclerc on the drive.
Nice
underneath
look.
to Huck.
Nice
and
job.
in. They're going to go to work on Hunter.
Oh, good cross.
Baseline. Penders up and under.
Very nice. Very nice.
On Hamlets. Hunter. Golub with the steal. My given body. And Golub in.
Gotta stay with it, Sam.
Looks like they're going with a 2-3 zone here.
Yeah.
Penders rattling it around all over the place. 5 seconds. Gordon will shoot that distance for 3. Now looking to keep chipping away at it. Excellent job by the cheer squad. Leclerc to Golub. Comes low to Gordon. Gordon up and in. As he bodies out Gordon. Gordon says, I will drive.
Get it.
And it'll block. And that'll count. Pushing it on the floor. He kicks to Gordon.
Come on, gotta have it.
Gordon steps back.
Yes,
Money.
sir.